Do you remember your primary school best friend or the people you used to share meals with when you're growing up? Well, today we delve into the modern friendship, the friendship after you adult. And we have this conversation about the realities, the downside, and the happy place that we have found as adults. So, welcome back to another episode. And please remember to subscribe, like, comment on our videos, and again, subscribe.
Subscribe hapo.
So, Otats, what is friendship to you?
Yeah, I think according to me,
Yeah.
friendship is when like you benefit either from the other person, like when you people are having a meaningful relationship, you know.
Yeah. So when you're saying meaningful, what are we saying? Meaningful is so broad.
Like I'm supposed to benefit from the you,
friendship,
not even from the friendship, like specifically from you.
Okay.
And that's because when I need you, you're there. When you need me, I'm also there. And now that relationship creates meaning. And that's why I'm saying meaningful relationship.
So when you say that, do you think maybe that we have overcomplicated the friendship or we have analyzed it too much as adults? Because that's why I started with the way we were kids and friendship was so easy. It was like, nigawie ngumu, usinigawie ngumu. It was so easy. It was so easy. And then we grow up and start realizing that there are parameters that we are looking at. You see, meaningful. Am I growing? Am I developing?
You see, right now, that time we didn't have like responsibilities, but right now there's a lot going on. You're having bills. There's ups and downs.
Life is moving.
Yeah, life is moving because you realize like when you're young, probably you're being provided by your parents, so you didn't have to strain so much. But right now, you're my friend and probably this month I don't have rent.
I need your help.
I need your help now because you're my friend.
True.
Because initially you're my friend because you're going to play together. You have a ball and probably me, I have a bike. So you bring your ball, you play today. Tomorrow I'll give you my bike, you ride also.
Okay. Also, I think it's because the brain, we have also matured so much. Everything that is in your life has to make sense.
True.
So that brings me to my next question. Maybe would be: do you think that we have maybe put a lot on our friends? Like, what is the boundary between I'm doing this for you because you're my friend and demanding? Because
reciprocating.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like people mistake, especially out here, the people who are parasites, the people who will depend on you heavily. And I want to be a good friend, but don't
the environment is not accommodating.
Yeah, so you find that this is your friend, but you're always sending them money, you're always providing for
and
them.
They're not reciprocating.
And they're not reciprocating the same energy.
They're pulling you down.
Yeah, so where do we draw the line between I'm your friend and I'm doing this for your friend and you have to do this because you are my friend? Because I don't want to be your friend and I have to do things.
Even I can clarify on that. At this particular point, the dynamic is so crazy because probably you are blessed. Maybe you're talented or you got a good job. Like you're just blessed.
Yeah.
We're not blessed the same way. For you, financially, you're fit.
But
maybe for me, I'm a little bit struggling. So it might seem that you are helping me so much because it's financial, but probably I'm reciprocating in another way, but you're not seeing it because it's all about finance. So I think finance is the thing that has spoiled or has changed the theme of friendship.
But I am just asking, is it really necessary for me to be providing for my friend? Should I, just because let's say I'm in a better financial position, does it automatically become my responsibility to provide for my friend 100%?
I can say it's your responsibility to pimp them out, not really to provide for them.
So give opportunities.
For instance, you have money, you have a lot of money, so we can start a business. So that from that business, it can accommodate
grow
us.
To something.
Yeah, you can make us grow in a way that now we won't be depending on you. But now in this situation, we find out like you have money and you don't want to pimp your friends. So we love to be borrowing you.
No, let me tell you though, the problem comes in where, and I think the problem comes in when you're having friends that you're not in the same level. And I'm not saying financially, I'm saying intellectually, I'm saying ambitious wise, I'm saying goal wise. So I think when you're friends, and I can see that if we start a business together, you will also work hard for the business. But sometimes you find yourself in these
true.
circles
You're the only one
where
who is
you're the only
ambitious.
one who is ambitious. You're the only one who is working
True,
hard.
true,
You see,
true, yeah.
and then now you expect me to give you money to start a business. You see these people, not even in friendship alone,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
in
yeah.
families. You give people money and then they
go
finish
waste
the money,
it,
they come back. So
It's
that is the
it's like they
dynamic.
create a routine.
Yeah, that is the dynamic we are saying.
And that's why maybe there's something called, fake friends or cutting off friends.
Yeah.
So for instance, like those one are not your friends, you're supposed to cut them off. Because a friend is someone who is keeping up with your speed, someone whom you people are having the same vision, same goals, and is also pushing you to achieve your goals, while at the same time you're also pushing him or her to achieve their goals.
So do you think
if the relationship is not balanced, it means one person is a parasite? Because if you are blessed financially, and I'm not blessed financially, but I'm literally working so hard. So if you can pimp me financially, automatically I'll keep up with you,
and we will be at a better place. That is golden. So true. just to linger on the point of cutting off, you're saying cutting off, so that means that at some point we were friends and we were matching energy. So how do you identify that this is time for this to end? We need to let go of this and move to the next stage.
I think that's a good question, because now that comes with maturity. We probably were friends because we were going to party, we were going to play together,
we were having fun.
But this time now we're on serious business. So probably for me, I started a business. I encourage you to start a business. Or probably you started that business, but
you still want to party.
You still want to party. So you ate the capital for business. So you are a joker. So I think with maturity, that's where, when you mention maturity, that's where now people start cutting off friends. And I think especially the whole process of cutting off people is not as easy as it looks, because true. I think it's like an enmity.
For it to get to a point where we are cutting off, this means that we have been together so much that it's, cutting is like so brutal.
Cut.
So cutting off. So I just want to know, just talking from now the perspective of the friend who is cutting off other friends, do you think that this friend should feel bad about the whole process of letting go and outgrowing friends and finding new friendships?
Yeah. Because even when you're listening to these motivational talks, they usually say it reaches a point whereby you have to be alone.
You need to outgrow some situations
so that you can figure out your life. Because you being in that circle also will have consequences, and the consequences I'm talking about, it will be draining, and you can be dragged behind it, because we have seen situations whereby friends have literally failed each other, or the other person was doing very well, but after just meeting with these people, or after continuing hanging with these people, their life also became miserable, just even worse than their friends. Because probably you are not using drugs, that's why you are focused, And
then you meet people, and then you start.
And your friend continues using drugs and finally influences you to start using drugs, and you just end up with, for him or her is used to them drugs, but for you, you are probably a new person, so you end up being worse,
being more addicted. So I think possibly is just the clarity and identifying that the life changes, life moves on, and you have to be willing to change the people around you. So that also means that when you cut off these people, you should also be open to making new friends and meeting new friends, and just finding
but
people.
How will you know the new friends you're meeting? Then they're not like your old
friends. I think there is a wisdom that comes with growing up, and especially for you to get to a point where you are saying that I can do without these friends that I have. That means that these friends you have the qualities that you don't want. So you have to know the qualities that you want in your life. So I think you now have to be, especially as an adult, especially as a grown person, you need to be have discernment. You have to be very critical about the people you let into your life, the people you share your energy with. So just look at this, go to spaces where people align with you, study people, learn people. Do not open yourself up to just anyone. Because again,
but again, this issue of cutting friends, at some point I won't agree to it, because I think it's your responsibility to make sure a friend does not fall.
Now I'll cut you off there and say I don't think that it's my responsibility. I think actually is, especially in this African setup that we
Setup.
grew up with. They're throwing around of responsibility. You need to show up for people. It's just thrown
But
around so
sometimes,
carefully,
okay,
carelessly. I
in
don't
your
think
instance, you are basing it on finance. Let's
not
assume, like,
necessarily
probably we are
finance.
all rich, or like, I don't depend on you financially, you don't depend me
Yeah.
again financially. So at what are among the reasons that will make you cut me off?
I genuinely think that, especially in the space where we are growing up right now, everyone is figuring out their life. Everyone is trying to know what works for me, what does not work for me. I think when I have a friend, I want a friend who is also independent. I mean, I want us to come together to fix a problem. I don't want to be fixing problems in my life and then also coming to your life to fix your problems. Yeah, because if I'm doing that, that means that you're dragging me down. So I want us to be able to sit down and formulate ways to move forward. So if now I feel like you're my friend and we have a conversation and I tell you, man, you're dragging down you're not okay, maybe you're into drugs, we try maybe for me to fix that and everything, and you're still not getting it, I feel like I have the freedom to leave.
If I'm using drugs, that's my money. So I don't see how it concerns you. Yet it does not affect you.
It does not affect me though. But if we are close, it does affect me because this is my G. This is someone.
But I'm not misbehaving.
Yeah. Now, if you're not misbehaving, that makes sense.
There's this notion whereby these people actually they're drunkards. They're like real friends. When people get drunk.
Yeah.
They'll make sure their friend reaches home safely.
True.
Unlike these sober people, they leave you in problems. They don't. Yeah. They're not sympathetic, or they're not like they lack this virtue of humility.
Okay, but do you want that is different because we turn up obviously as friends.
And there's some people who usually, when they use drugs like alcohol, they perform at their best, probably for
which
actors,
is great,
especially for people in creative industry.
Yeah, but now you're moving aside.
So you want
from
to cut
the point.
me off?
No, I'm not cutting you off because you're drinking. I'm cutting you off because I feel like my dreams, my goals do not. I do not perform optimally when I'm with I'm in your company. You get, we can't be partying a lot. By the way, there are people you meet and you party. But the moves you're making in amidst of those parties, the moves you're making are just exceptional. And there are people you just feel like, when I'm with these people, my potential is not reached. When I'm with these people, I don't win. When I'm with these people, I don't do my goals. And you find the problem might not be the people. You might find these are great people. These are amazing people. But when you interact with them, you kind of get into your comfort zone. Maybe you're just so chill. You're not working hard.
You're not pushing yourself.
You see. So when you realize that, I think that is a very valid reason to cut off people and say, you know what, I want to push myself.
So what you're trying to say is that when you claim you have a friend, that friend is supposed to be someone who pushes you very hard.
Who you sit down.
Who makes an impact in your life.
Yeah, and you win.
Yeah, that's why I said like it should be meaningful relationship. Yeah, I agree.
That would make sense, especially right now. I just feel because we are so young, everyone in your life needs to play a role. Every single person that is around you needs to play a role. Every single person needs to motivate you to win, motivate you to grow. Because in the next, couple of years, you have defined your life, and your friends have defined their life. So you need to have people. I think.
But even my biggest question will be like, how do you make friends? Like, what makes you to consider this person or
as a friend?
Yeah, even not as a friend exactly.
I think the alignment, like right now, we are friends because we same grind, same grind. True. If I was in
grinding is one of the things.
I think right now, especially.
But you can be partying together,
Yeah, but how often do you have time to party in this, in this stage? I just think that we are in a very discipline-oriented stage of our lives. Yeah, you need to be very disciplined. You need to fight for this grind. Especially people like us who do not have inheritance. I can't be fighting. I can't be partying all over. You need to get your position in life. So I think you need people, you need also a friend you can call and say, hey, I'm not okay, what's up? It's people who got your back. People who, so I think it's two things: the
Yeah,
grind and people who have your back.
have your back.
Yes,
Either
so
spiritually,
financially, emotionally,
emotionally.
people who have your back for
So,
real.
and what can you advise to these people who probably like they're introvert? Because many people nowadays, when you talk to them,
Introverted.
they say,
I'd rather.
I'm an introvert. I don't want to meet people.
Yeah,
Do you feel probably they are missing something, or they are going through something, or there might be consequences probably in future?
Now, I just genuinely think that you can be an introvert but also network.
Network.
Yeah.
So an introvert is not
does
an
not
excuse
necessarily,
for you not
not
having
to network.
friends.
I generally think that
Having friends is kind of mandatory.
yeah,
So
you need to have some connections. You need to know
in
some
this show, we're
people.
telling you you're supposed to have a friend.
Be out there, man. Be out there. Find friends.
And some of
find
the
meaningful friends.
Some of the benefits of having friends. What do you think are some of the benefits?
Well, you move better.
You move better.
Let me tell you that someone who is running alone will always think they're number one. But someone who is running amongst people will always know, hey, I'm not as fast. But as long as you're running alone, you will think you're on top. So it is important to have people. And I will always, I think that having people who are better than you, not necessarily, you might be smart, but someone else is a talker, a smooth talker, and another person can close deals, and another person can just surround yourself with greats. And they don't have to have the same potential as you.
But everyone usually says like that, you're supposed to hang out with rich friends. So how?
Not necessarily rich.
Okay, in this context, I'm just saying rich.
Yeah.
I'm replacing it with great. So how will I surround myself with great? Like, how can I link up with a great person?
Greatly, let me tell you, and especially in the world of social media, you can find these meetups, you can find these conferences, you can find these
that works
you can
with the ladies. For us, man, I don't want to be. Someone cannot just DM me like. No,
I mean,
an intruder.
Don't you think that is also the problem why you are not networking to a great scale? Because how will you meet a cabinet secretary when you're just chilling with the normal boys?
But also a cabinet secretary doesn't want to even get a text from a person like me.
What I'm saying is you put yourself in rooms where you want to be in.
How?
There are conferences, there are meetup points, there are places you could go to.
So like
put yourself in these rooms.
Conferences, events.
Yeah, events, network, meet
going
people.
To these classic places.
And the thing is, you don't even have to meet people who are on top like that. Just the people in the same field.
Frequency.
Yeah, in the same frequency. Talk to people. Yeah. And another thing I've learned, actually, you don't have to be friends forever. You can be friends for 5 minutes, but those are very valuable 5 minutes, I'm telling you. So I think networking at this point in our lives, especially the young people, I think networking is the best form of friendship you can get for yourself.
Just some few weeks, I was talking to one of my friends. I was telling me like, he called me on Saturday and he asked me like, where are you? And I told him, I was inside, I was doing this production. And he told me, even I used to work like you on weekends, but I realized when you're looking in and you're not socializing, you're also missing a lot. Because for him, he had gotten a business opportunity just by being outside on weekends.
Yeah.
So he told me, even if you are locked in, make sure like on weekends,
you socialize. I think that is now the downside of thinking that you need to work too hard. Because now we miss out on the outside.
So I think we need to tell people like, it's important to make friends. Cause
interact.
Because there's also this aspect whereby probably in future, I think reality starts at around 50 years. When you didn't make friends, you're an introvert, now you are alone.
Yeah.
You don't have life, you can't party no more, you can't travel no more, probably you're sick, you need people to comfort you, So by you not making friends right now, probably it will cost you in future. It doesn't matter, you have resources, you have money, but it will cost you. Probably you are in a medical situation. You can have some few millions, but there's some diseases, some conditions,
need an army, need a village,
need support. But we want to be a politician. You can be a politician and
without votes and support.
Without support from friends.
So actually, what we need to actually say, if I would say that let's get rid of the social anxiety, my social anxiety peeps. and go out, interact, find friends, go out there, in as much as you're indoors, especially with people with such a career like ours.
And again, you're not supposed to like be in a friendship that comfortable,
it's not helpful,
and it's not meaningful.
Also,
so don't be afraid to cut off.
Don't be afraid to leave. It's okay to leave. It's okay to start over. It's okay to find new friends, new connections.
But it's not okay to be alone without
don't be alone. Have friends. Friends are important. Friends are genuinely amazing connections to have. But do not stick with terrible friends because you're afraid of being alone also. True. It's okay also to be alone at some point, not forever. Just it's okay to isolate yourself and
your lonely time.
But
so that you can figure out your life.
So what we'll say is friendship is important. Meaning of friendship is important, but also do not stay in toxic friendships.
Friendship.
Yes. So I think that's it for today's episode.
Yeah.
Remember to what?
Yeah, and
subscribe.
DM us, we're open for friendship.
If
it's meaningful.
Honestly, if you want to collaborate, if you want to come here and sit and give your opinions, you're very welcome.
We'll consider you as our friend. But
we are very open to friendships.
Don't meet with me outside and you're telling me you're to a form. That's toxic friendship.
We are here to grow.
Yeah, when you meet me, I expect you to tell me, I can come there and we discuss this topic. I can hook up with you with this, people and do some partnership and we make some money.
Money. I want money.
I can connect you with my sister, and probably you'll be giving me a wife.
And actually, before we close, maybe I should say that the most valuable friends are the friends that mention you in rooms that can make you grow.
Yeah, true.
That point I had forgotten. If your friends mention you in rooms, in opportunities, they're capable of doing. Those ones are legit people.
Conclude this point. One of my friends told me the true friends are the one you spend money together, and also make money together. Like a friend, if I can hook up with you with people who can give you a hustle, or who can make money from the whole situation. Now that makes me a real friend. Because most of these fake friends, they're just there to when you invite them to partying, when you invite them to maybe clubs, when you invite them to road trips. But now when it comes to constructive matters work, business, they're not to be seen. And even when they get an opportunity, probably someone who is a journalist. No.
I don't know anyone.
Very well.
They know you're grinding.
Yeah, because they don't want you to get that opportunity.
Or the friends who give you an opportunity and they're like, unafaa nilipe. Connect.
Okay, but you simbaya me. I acknowledge that one. At least ni better rather than ile niko kwa room they need your services, but I can't mention you because I don't want you to be in that place.
Okay, so that is great. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time.
Subscribe, Apple.
Yes. Bye.